Hi everybody, welcome to this video. Today, come along with me book shopping at my indie bookshop called Fables and Froth. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get any footage like inside. I'll at least take like the outside footage and at least do a haul of what I do purchase. If I can grab inside footage, obviously I will. We'll see how we go. And yeah. Let's do some book shopping, have some fun. They carry romance and fantasy books, which are two of my genres, so yeah. Let's see what they have today and do some book shopping. Yay! Hi everybody, welcome to the whole part of my Fables and Froth book shopping haul. I only skimmed like a very brief overview of outside and inside. I apologize for that, but it gave you a look inside a bit. Yeah. I have quite a lot to go through. There's both romance and fantasy in here. And yeah, I did a big splurge of Fables. Just grab everything out and then we'll take a look at everything. I have my glasses on as well to just thought there was another one in there, sorry, to run through some descriptions and stuff like that. Yeah, just sort them out a little bit. Okay, we'll start with the romances. So we have 3 romances, and we have 1 full series and 1 other book for fantasy. There's some that I'm umming and ahhing in there as well, and some that I might be able to find, yeah, go into them another time kind of thing. This first romance book I've been eyeing off at Fables for quite a long time. It's by author Emma Lord. It's called For the Record. It's obviously like a music-based book. It's got a couple of blurbs here from Ellie Hazelwood and Ashley Poston. Ellie Hazelwood says, engaging, hilarious, and utter pleasure to read. Ashley Poston says, like your favorite Taylor Swift song on repeat, romantic, heartbreaking, and enchanting. Yeah, so I thought For the Record would be good. The description on the back says, once the most notorious rivals in the music scene, pop princess Mackenzie and punk rock star Sam electrified audiences as their bands clashed on stage, but behind the scenes the tension grew into something more, until suddenly both hands fell apart and the idea of Mackenzie and Sam did too. 2 years later, Sam traded the rockstar lifestyle for a quiet life, raising the son he didn't know about. Meanwhile, Mackenzie is dealing with a post-operative change to her voice, but only Cindy under what she can do. The only way to retrieve their public careers, a joint comeback album. With fans over the moon, their futures on the line, Sam and Mackenzie face the challenge, giving up their old rivalry to work together. So it's got a bit of workplace drama happening. As old sparks fly, secrets emerge, new secrets I should say. They set up a chain reaction. Yeah, so I've always eyed this one off. So when we can get to it, that would be awesome. Yeah. So For the Record by Emma Ward. The next one is, I think she is printed in Australia, the book is, but it's a, yeah, so Emma Lord is an American New York seller, because some of these in the bookshop Fables and Froth, sometimes we get indie authors as well, just depends, they have a bit of both. Side Character Energy by Olivia Tolich, I think is how you pronounce it, is the next book. This is by an Aussie author, I think? Yeah, a Melbourne-based author. Yeah, and it just sounded really interesting and different. It says, after a series of Mr. Wrongs, Bee has found her Mr. Right. Attractive, mature William is everything she's been looking for. Gertrude is Bee's best friend since forever. She's happy just as she's been sad for Bee during those romantic missteps. And supportive. Actually, now she thinks about it, Gertrude isn't sure there even is a Gertrude that isn't determined by what Bee once thinks feels. Having to realize she's not the main character in her own life, she turns to William's best friend Arthur. He isn't the obvious choice for life coaching apart from anything else, but everyone else is, well, there's no everyone else, just Bee. Arthur's mission is to find out more to Gertrude than she thinks. Of course, that might throw up some hard questions about life choices and her friendship with Bee. So yeah, I just thought that was going to be interesting. And this next one is called How to Lose a Lord in 10 Days by Sophie Irwin. I just thought this sounded entertaining. I'm just trying to see where the author is based. Probably America by the way that's wording, but I can't really tell from that brief description, but I'm assuming she's an American author. Rich, handsome, entitled Lord Ashford has every lady in England longing for his hand in marriage. Everyone that is except Miss Lydia, the only woman Ashford wishes to marry. After Lydia is pressured to accepting the proposal, the announcement must be a secret for 10 days. Can Lydia free herself from her obligations before the engagement is public announced without ruining her reputation? You can achieve an awful lot in 10 days after all. It's got a gorgeous cover too. Kind of gives me, obviously, Bridgerton kind of vibes. So yeah, I thought that one would be interesting and some fun as well. Because yeah, I do need to build up my romance sections a bit more. Yeah, so onto the fantasy ones. Sorry about my mumble jumble in there. I'm very tired today, so my tiredness is coming through. The first one I grabbed is called Loving a Vampire is Totally Chaos by Aurora Hayes. It sounds really, the way it's written on the back is even entertaining. And obviously, if you guys know me, you know that I'm kind of collecting vampire books, so yeah. This one's a bit of a fun one. It says, Celine is tired. Well, sounds like me. She was planning on riding high in her recent promotion to detective, but she's saddled with an unsolvable, gruesome case that has made others quit the job. Xavier Lockwood is old. 300 years old to be precise, and he's bored, nearly, but not quite, to death. So killing the scum of Chicago and cleaning up the streets, well, that's just his favorite pastime. Once Xavier lies eyes on Celine, his new mate, he discovers his obsession with her is more tempting than murder. The two realize that there is something going on in the city they both love and work together to get to the bottom of it. The chemistry between them is electric until Selena discovers the man she's falling for is not human, but the same one committing a crime she is supposed to solve. So it's got a bit of crime mystery sort of vibe in there as well, which will be cool because that's my jam as well. Okay, so Aurora Hayes is a best writing duo. So it's actually two authors. That'll be interesting. I have read by that Christina Lauren. That's probably the only duo. And on the punk, one of the Halloween books was a duo author as well. It's always interesting to read by authors who write together. And there was one Agatha Christie book that I read once. It had like 5 or 6 different authors in it. Yeah, that's interesting. They combine paranormal and fantasy romance. But like it, I might have to check out their other stuff. So yeah, that will be a fun one. And then I grabbed a series of books. I love my... That just went over. I'm not having a fun time right now. Okay. So, if you've been on my channel a while, you know that I love my fairy tale adaptations and retellings. And this series just came into store and it was mentioned to me by one of the girls, and I just grabbed them all because I'm that inclined to them and I'm sure I love them all. I'm not sure what order they go in. Let's just have a look at that. So it's called Entangled with the Fae series, this one. They've also got, the authors also got a trilogy and a duet as well, so quite a lot of books. They're based in Seattle. The author, who is Tesonia Adet, I think her name is. I'm just trying to find the order for us so we can get them in order. So the first one is Curse of the Wolf King, which is this one here. So that's number 1, and then number 2 is Heart of the Raven Prince, which is this one. We'll go through them all, obviously. Kiss of the Selkie, A Taste of Poison, which is this one I'm holding, and a Dream So Wicked. So we'll go through them in order now. So the first one is Beauty and the Beast based, which is one of my favorites. They got cute covers too, love them. A beastly king, a deadly curse, a devious bargain. Gemma is desperate to escape her past and forget the day scandal broke her heart, but when she's held captive by the trickster Fae King, she fears she'll soon top the gossip columns once more. King Elliot is plagued by a curse that will claim his life until someone falls in love with him. but who could ever love a beastly fey king? Very, Beauty and the Beast. Gemma knows her path to freedom lies in helping Elliot break his curse, but as they strike a bargain and make an alliance, it is clear there is something Gemma hasn't planned for her own desire. So yeah, that's the first one. The next one is Cinderella based. I don't think I've ever read anything Cinderella based actually, so this will be fun. It's called Heart of the Raven Prince. I've only ever like watched Cinderella retelling stuff, like Hilary Duff's A Cinderella Story and stuff. I haven't read anything Cinderella retelling wise. This will be fun. It says on the back, a servant girl, a playboy prince, a glamorous scheme. Prince Franco must marry a princess to prove himself worthy heir of Luna Court throne, but after numerous unsatisfying ties, he's given up on love and will do anything to avoid a wedding. Ember craves freedom from her stepfamily. When the opportunity to evade her scheming stepmother falls into her lap, she'll pay the price, even if it means impersonating the newest flame of ignorant prince who humiliated her. Locked in a bargain, Ember must pose as a princess until midnight, until the full moon. So sorry, my words are not coming today. Hopefully I get some sleep tonight. I might be able to speak tomorrow. So they're at a midnight full moon ball. Until then, she has to wear glamour and pretend to the court and the prince. Feelings emerge on both sides. She starts to wonder, is there more than planned? So yeah, that'll be cool because I haven't read anything by Cinderella retelling. The next one is a Little Mermaid retelling. These covers are so cute. An outcast, sulky, a handsome fugitive, a fatal kiss. When Maisie rescues a human from drowning and legally brings him to shore, she must answer for breaking Fey law. The punishment, hunt down the man she saved and dispense a lethal kiss. Dorian was never meant to survive the shipwreck, orchestrated to assassinate him. Now that he's on the Forbidden Fey Isle, he'll do anything to gain citizenship, even marry a Fey bride. Desperate for a hasty marriage, he holds a bridal competition. Maisie knows this is her best chance of success, but getting close to her target brings unexpected complications as she pretends to compete for Doran's heart. But with her life at stake, if she doesn't deliver and Dorian's death guaranteed, can there be a true victor? I really like these covers, they're so gorgeous. The next one is a Snow White retelling. I don't think I've read a Snow White retelling. If I have, it would have been like forever ago at the start of my reading journey. I have seen quite a lot of them though. So yeah. A runaway princess, a deadly huntsman, a royal conspiracy. It's a bit hard to read the colour in the background. Astrid Snow is used to being disliked with magic that makes her back one's worst qualities. She has more enemies than friends. She's accused of poisoning her father, her stepmother, and the Spring Queen, becomes her greatest enemy. Sorry, it's very hard to see this. I think it's Torben. lost everything in gambling bulls, and he serves the Fey Royals as a personal huntsman. When the Spring Queen offers a bargain, he's willing to do whatever it takes to get the princess's heart. Obviously, that's where Snow White comes into play. When Astrid and Torben find themselves handcuffed together, they seize the opportunity to ally him. It's just the way that is worded that is weird. She sees a way to become allies with him, but can she cut through his demeanor and help him find his father's real killer, or will she lose her heart? So it was really hard to read because there's like pink writing on the green and it's not standing out very well for a blind person. And our last one is a Sleeping Beauty retelling called A Dream So Wicked. I've only ever watched Sleeping Beauty once, I think. A vicious, rivalry, forbidden desire, a cruel curse. Bryony Rose thought her family had abandoned her forever. When her parents claim her and reveal she is a lost Fey princess, she finds the kingdom in crisis. To secure her family's position, she must marry a handsome stranger. Thorn harvests three things: a secret name, a love for baked goods, and a long-standing plan for revenge on the family. Bryony, a woman born to his nemesis, provides the solution, and he tricks her with a curse, sending her family into an enchanted sleep. But Bryony is sharp and cunning like him. When she traps him in a bargain to reverse the curse, he has no choice to join the alliance. Together they cooperate on one task: find Bryony a worthy husband. It should be easy, but each holds a hidden passion that burns in the darkest of hearts. So yeah, that's all Entangled with Fae series. So yeah, looking forward to all of those when I do get to them. Obviously, I'll go on to my TBR shelves before my TBR card. Yeah, but we will get there when we get there. So that is the Entangled with Fae series, which sounds really, really fun. And I thought I would just grab them all while I was there. And then there's a vampire read. I think I've been a vampire books in every whole video this time round. Pretty sure. I'll have to look back and check, but I'm pretty sure. And a few fun romances for my romance collection as well. So yeah, thank you for joining me in this video. I greatly appreciate it. I apologize for my speech today. I'm so tired, so yeah, obviously it's coming out in my speech as well for this video. I do apologize. My next video will be my February wrap-up video, so stay tuned for that one, and I'll chat about everything that I read in February along with ratings and if I recommend or tell you not to bother with some. I had a pretty good read in February, but I'll go into all of that in that video. Thank you for joining me in this one again. Please subscribe, follow the Instagram page if you would like to do so, and I'll catch you all very, very soon.